Have you ever run across an American-made knife that you loved the look of, but found out that it wasn't for you the moment you learned it was an automatic? Maybe because of knife laws, maybe you just enjoy a manual folder. And then you're left wondering, will they ever make a manual version of this really cool knife? The good news is that in my hands today is a brand new release from my friends over at Heretic Knives, and they have done just that. They have taken their very popular Heretic Pariah and they've turned it into a manual folder. Let's go ahead and check it out.
This is Sparta!
Wait. We need a change of scenery. Ah, that's better. Hey, how's it going, everybody? If you're new here, welcome in. And if you've been here before, smash the like button on the way in. I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. And today I'm excited because we've got a brand new release from our friends over at Heretic Knives. They reached out and they said, Rollshambo, would you be interested in checking out our brand new release on the G10 Pariah manual? And the answer is absolutely yes. Listen up, guys. Last year I checked out an automatic knife that I absolutely loved, and I am not necessarily the biggest fan of automatic knives, so when one comes across my desk and I really like it, yeah. I'll never truly get used to the kick out on the Pariah because it's such a big stout blade and I love it. I absolutely love it. But I couldn't help but wonder, what about if they made it a manual? And sure enough, it didn't take too long. Here it is, guys. The manual G10 Pariah. We're going to talk about what makes this such a great knife, but you might be wondering, give us the details, give us the nitty gritty. This knife is going to be coming in with an overall length just shy of 9 inches. We'll call that 8 3/4 with about a 3 3/4 inch cutting edge. The blade itself is this gorgeous DLC coated drop point harpoon in Magna Cut. For the deployment options, you've got this generous deployment hole here, which is great because if you want more leverage on the flick out, you can flick it from lower on the deployment hole, or if you want more tension on that detent, you can flick it from higher on the deployment hole. It's all gravy, baby. The handle scales, of course, are these gorgeous tricolor camo G10 handle scales. And you know what? If red and black isn't your thing, the good news is that they're going to have blue and black. They'll have kind of a tan camo G10 chassis as well. You can get it with or without the DLC coated blade, whatever your preference might be. It is, of course, utilizing a plunge button lock design running on ceramic bearings. And oh man, guys, that action with the button fully depressed, it is very nearly frictionless. On the hardware, we've got a T25 pivot, which is massive, as well as T8 body screws on both sides. Speaking of which, this is a clamshell design, true to the original Pariah, where this one had a clamshell design, but with holes. This one just has a nice slot. And when you're looking at this G10, it kind of reminds me of carbon fiber because you can see the different layers that pop through. I really like the milling on these handle scales, and you get a nice amount of jimping, not just on the blade, but also on the handle scales. That's wonderful because it offers for a really good tactile response. You get a good amount of feedback in your hands. First of all, from the blade where that jimping lies on the blade, but also on the handle scales. This is a knife that is definitely big enough that you could use with gloves. I can't tell you the amount of times where I show a knife on the channel and people say things like, Rollshambo, I just don't necessarily like smaller knives. Show me a bigger knife. Show me a man's knife. Here we go. This is a full size folder, guys. And the other thing is when I show full size knives, a lot of times people say, well, that's great, but it's too heavy. One of the big benefits of Heretic moving to G10 on this knife was the amount of weight reduction, but you don't have to take my word for it. Let me just show you a quick comparison. It's time to bring out the all things sharp and shiny scale because that's exactly what it weighs. Let's see. The original Pariah automatic is going to be weighing in at 6 ounces flat. So that's 6 ounces. Aluminum is not known to be a heavy material. It's one of the lighter handle scale materials. But what about the G10? The G10 is coming in at 5.1 ounce. It's nearly a full ounce lighter than the aluminum version, which I think is pretty dang cool. Something else which I find really cool about this knife is going to be the acoustics. It's got a nice amount of reverberation on the kick out and when you go ahead and slap it back inside the handle scales, and that's pretty nice. As far as the quality of life things goes, we've got perfect lockup. That is perfect. But also because it's a clamshell design, you can see if it's perfectly centered or not because of the seam running down the middle of those handle scales. And as you can see there, yes, it is perfectly centered. There's no wiggle or jiggle. And something that I found quite impressive was that when I was fidgeting with the pivot, I found that even if you loosen the pivot screw, there's no play. Let me go ahead and give you an example real quick. I'll go ahead and loosen this pivot up. There we go. And now it's loose and it still has perfect lockup and lockout. That's great, guys. You know, it's one of those things that I really love about other American made knives. You just know that it's made well when you can loosen the pivot screw and it doesn't gain any blade play whatsoever. That's what they call good tolerances. Now, a cool piece of flair here is the sculpting and milling on the handle scales themselves. This offers for some really, really good ergonomics. It has a little bit of milling right there that allows you to get your index finger in there, and then your thumb rides along the spine of the blade, which creates a really comfortable grip. Also, in the reverse grip, it feels good as well, especially with this jimping riding up here on the back of the handle scales. And in case you're someone that feels the desire to add a lanyard to this knife, they've got an option for that too. But all of this means nothing if it doesn't cut well. But I gotta say that it cuts really well, especially when I put it through some double-walled cardboard. It goes through really well. You can tell that they know how to sharpen their knives over there at Heretic, because this one had absolutely no trouble making mincemeat of that double-walled cardboard. And I think that it's rather impressive that Heretic has done a great job of pivoting with the market. People have a great demand for manual folders. Let's be honest, this is a lot easier to actuate in and out one-handed than an automatic knife is. But there is actually some differences when it comes to making automatic knives to making manual knives. Some would even say that making a manual folder is even a little bit more difficult. So I love seeing Heretic wander into this realm. What's next for them? Are we going to see a liner lock version or maybe a frame lock version? Honestly, I really hope so, because I think that they've done a fantastic job with this one. Now, if you're wondering, Rollshambo, where can I pick this up? This is dropping tomorrow at noon. So 4/11/2025 at noon. This is going to be at one of your favorite retailers, I guarantee it, whether that's DLT Trading or Blade HQ, or maybe you want to check it out over at Blade Runner Outpost and many, many more retailers. I'll make sure to pop them up here on the screen, but these will definitely be available. So if you have been on the fence, if you've been somebody that really wanted to try out the Heretic Pariah, maybe you're like me and you love this aggressive blade shape with the drop point harpoon and this really aggressive swedge here at the tip, now's your chance. And even if you're not the biggest fan of this, they do have them in other versions. Like I said, you can get it in polymer handle scales, in G10, in aluminum. You can get it in carbon fiber. They've got all the options, and I think that this is an excellent addition to their lineup. But guys, honestly, I'm truly interested to find out, what do you think of the brand new Heretic Pariah G10? Is this one of those knives that is going to pique your interest, or is it going to be a pass for you? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. If you liked the video and you haven't done so yet, make sure to smash that subscribe button that's about to pop up here on the screen. But if you just want to watch some more awesome knife and EDC content, feel free to click on one of the videos that pops up next.